What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bri, back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9. And in this video, we're going to talk about some things about Season 9 from the first half and second half. So if you're worried about spoilers, just stop watching. But way back in the first half of Season 9, when Rick Grimes was still part of the show, we saw Jadis, or Ann, whatever you would like to call her. It's the same character. Jadis and Ann are the same person, but she was in the Heath RV. Well, the Savior's RV that Heath and Tara took, and we saw again in Season 7. But we saw Jadis, or Ann, whatever you like to call her. I just call her Jadis. It's no big deal. You know who I'm talking about. Jadis right here called the helicopter, and she took Rick away. And since then, there's been this ripple effect, and the relationships between the communities have really fallen apart. But where have Jadis and Rick and the helicopter people went? We don't know. We'll find out hopefully in the first movie, at least, of the Rick Grimes movies. I'm not sure where they went, but there's all these hypotheses. What do A and B mean? Where did they go? I don't know. I can't wait to find out. But ultimately, Rick Grimes went somewhere, but he's still alive. Michonne and Daryl are out looking for Rick. And did they come across the RV? I would think so, right? But we don't know. We haven't seen it. They haven't talked about it. They haven't talked about the helicopter or Jadis or this or that or here or there. We just don't know. But Michonne is out looking for Rick. She finds his gun. I would assume she'll find the RV, right? I mean, there's only so many places where the RV could be. It broke down, so it's probably sitting there in the middle of the road, or the dirt road, or the side road, or whatever. It's got to be still sitting there. But like I said, Daryl and Michonne are out looking for Rick. They don't find him, obviously, because he's not there. They're not going to find him. We know that he's gone, but they don't know yet. And I'm still waiting and hoping for them to be reunited in the movies. I don't think it's going to happen on the show, but the movies for sure. Like I said, we're going to see Daryl and Michonne looking for Rick. And if they don't come across the RV, I think that's a pretty big plot hole. Because if Michonne and Daryl are standing right here, it has to be pretty close to the area where the RV would be, right? And if Michonne and Daryl are searching everywhere and anywhere for Rick, they would eventually come across it. Hopefully they answer it. We don't know yet, but hopefully it's answered in the remaining episodes of Season 9, or at least in the Season 10, because it's got to connect somehow, right? I hate loose ends and plot holes. You know what they do. But the PPP card is another loose end or plot hole or something that hasn't been answered yet. Whatever you want to call it. People still don't know what the PPP means, and the card definitely looks like an access card. Something that's like, boop, scans and a door unlocks. And if the group that has a helicopter and ways about to get around, they probably have access to some electricity and electronic doors, and maybe Rick is locked in somewhere and he can't get out, and that explains where he's been for the past 6 years. But the PPP card means whispering and the dynamic note velocity and this and that and the purchasing power or something, and there's all these different theories going around, and I can't wait for it to be explained, but we gotta wait. What do A and B mean? Traded or alive? This one, that one, alive or bitten? Alpha, beta? So many questions, yet not enough answers for the questions. But Heath is a character that came around in Season 6, and he had a much bigger part in the comics than the show. Corey Hawkins went out to go film King Kong in 24, and that's what Alana Masterson said on the cruise. And basically, Corey Hawkins left the show to go film a movie and another show, and more power to him, but the Heath character has been in limbo since then. And so they were like, oh wait, he got captured. He got taken. So maybe that was the point all along. Maybe Gimple had this plan for the movies and Heath could connect as well. But the RV hasn't been seen since Season 7, Episode 6, before the point with Jadis. So the connecting point with Jadis is a nice connecting point that I can buy into, but will we see the RV again? We saw it in Season 7, then we saw it in Season 9, the first half. Will we see it in the back half? Because again, it's broken down right there. It's not going anywhere. The engine was smoking. Jadis probably got her gun and her radio and her map and left. And I would think it's been sitting there for 6 years. And you would think Daryl, maybe not Michonne, but Daryl would find the RV and be like, what's up with this? Is this the same one from the Savior Outpost? And then he could check it, maybe bring Tara there. I mean, it's been 6 years. Also the fact, where has Jadis been? The group hasn't cared about Jadis one bit over the 6 years. I guess he just thought she left, went away, never to come back because she wanted to leave. So I guess that makes sense. But Jadis is a character that should be seen in the movies, at least the first movie, right? So that's kind of cool. And I am definitely interested to see what happens. And that's kind of what they're doing here with the movies. But the helicopter came around and no one heard it. I mean, okay, you had all the zombies They're walking on the bridge, then the explosion and the smoke and this and that. But you would hear something like propellers, right? You would hear that going around. There's not that much noise in a zombie apocalypse. Especially Tracker Daryl or somebody great like that would hear a helicopter in the distance. And I know when it's quiet around my house or around here, you hear a helicopter in the distance or a plane in the distance. And that thing's all the way up there. So if there's not a lot of sounds there, I think somebody would have heard the helicopter, right? But again, Father Gabriel and Negan are the ones that know about the helicopter and Jadis with the helicopter. But no one has brought that up. I guess Father Gabriel has had other things on his mind, and Negan has been locked up in a jail cell for 6 years. But Negan and Father Gabriel know about Jadis, and they know about the helicopter. So will one of them be connected with the radio and the helicopter people? It just makes sense that that will happen, but we still don't know. And it's like, what's been going on for 6 years? Now we know about Negan, he's been locked up. Probably not inquiring that much about things, but I think it would slip up a little bit. Like, whatever happened with that tall drink of water with the scavenger people or something? You know what, Negan would have those little funny one-liners, and he would say, whatever happened with that Jadis chick and the helicopter? Last time I saw her, she was doing this, she was doing that, she was gonna fly away in a whirlybird. But I guess Negan doesn't care. He was trying to plot to get away and escape to the sanctuary, gather up his people, and revolt against Alexandria and everybody and have the sanctuary great again. But that came and went, and that's gone. And clearly the comic is the comic and the show is the show. Major differences from the comic to the show this season and the past couple seasons. Some have been good, some have been great, and some have been pretty stupid. But either way, Father Gabriel and Negan have had some interactions. They're also the only ones that know about Jadis and the helicopter. And I doubt it would just come up in conversation, but you never know. I doubt one knows about the other knowing about Jadis and the helicopter. And the writers can write whatever they want, and some dialogue would have been kind of cool if Negan was like, whatever happened with that Jadis chick? But let's think about it. It's been 6 years since Rick and Jadis went away. You're telling me that Father Gabriel has not told anybody about Jadis and the helicopter. And he's got to care about her and wonder what happened. He's so worried about the radio and reaching out to more people. It just has to connect that way, right? But again, it's been 6 years. A zombie apocalypse has to be pretty boring. You're going to be limited with the fun you can actually have, and you can only read so many books and do so many things. And again, you're telling me that no one has inquired or asked about Jadis or some connection with her. And I mean, I guess not, because the last time we saw Jadis at the camp with the Saviors and everybody, nobody liked her. Well, at least the Saviors didn't like her. Father Gabriel did, and he vouched for her and stood up for her. She had to have at least one friend, right? What about Tara? So Tara is connected with Heath and Jadis. So you're telling me Tara is the worst friend imaginable. You don't even care about these people one bit. You don't bring them up in conversation. You're not like, oh, I wonder what happened with Jadis, or I wonder what happened with Heath, or I wonder about this. Tara, you haven't talked about these people at all. At all. Since season 7 with Heath, you were in Alexandria or Hilltop or here or there, wherever you are, and Alexandrians would inquire about Heath. I mean, I would think they would at least, right? You have Aaron, Scott, and a couple other smaller Alexandrians that have been there for a while. At least Aaron or Scott should have asked about Heath over the 7.5 years that Heath has been gone. And as I look at this picture, it's a shame because we lost so many characters in this one picture. Some are Alexandrians, some are survivors. You know, so many people are gone one way or another. But you see Aaron and you see the other Alexandrian, I don't know her name, in the bottom right corner of the picture. She would maybe inquire, or Aaron would inquire about Heath, right? But I still think the radio is going to play a big part of connecting the show with the movies and Rick. That's just my opinion. I don't know any information about that, but it connects the dots somewhat. But we'll have to wait and see if it does. But is this a plot hole? As of right now, yes, we don't know. Hopefully it's answered in the remaining episodes of season 9, maybe in the season 10, but the RV should be sitting there. Like I said, if it broke down, it's just probably rotting on this dirt road, just getting dusty and dirty and just sitting there. But Daryl should have found it if he was looking for Rick, and he searched all around the water, all the way to the ocean, all the way here, all the way there. There's only so many spots you can actually check, and the RV should be there. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Is it a big deal? Is it not? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, being real, making memories, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.